Yeah, what is up, guys? This has got you here wanting to do a video talking about my ginormous hiatus. And main reason for that is because I just don't really desire doing the kind of Naruto content that I have been doing for the past year, especially when I first started with Naruto Storm Connections. I'm just genuinely tired because the game is not only ass, but the community is so fucking bad that I no longer desire to go hard when it comes to making content for this game. I mean, like, the problem with life is you only got so much time to live your life. And, there's always that phrase that, life is short and you got to make the best of the time that you have. And when it comes to content creation, it's like you're taking a piece of your soul and giving it away to the masses. And you're optimistic. You love to do it. And I know I love to do it. And I'm super optimistic about making content because I like it. It's fun. It's a hobby. But eventually it comes to a point where you look back at it and question it, especially when the experiences are mostly bad. So let's go ahead and get into this shit. Dude, let's start with the gameplay itself. After a lot of debating back and forth, looking back, reflecting, the game is bad. And after finally deciding to test out the new patch, oh my god, it's even worse than ever, dude. The fucking patch is terrible. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some amazing fixes, but I feel like these fixes were so fucking late. Thing that they added where there's a disconnection penalty. If that was something more so at the beginning, or maybe a 1 to 2 months in after the release, oh yeah, that would have been great. But it's kind of too little too late because all the people that went ham with the disconnects, all these false victories to get the ranks that they want to get, well, the damage has already been done. And because of all the disconnections, it, put the game in a bad light. So, I mean, late fixes, shitty idea. That just goes to show the disconnect between Bandai. Well, I'm not even going to say Bandai Namco because they are the publisher. It's CyberConnect 2's job to put the pieces together. And it's a disconnect between CC2 and the community themselves. CC2 does not understand their community. They don't put in the research to understand them, because if they have, those would be problems that they would have fixed a long time ago. This is not their first, second, or third rodeo when it comes to online, and people have been talking about this shit for years. I mean, and they never fixed it. I mean, the disconnections, no good punishments, shitty lobbies. Ugh, the list goes on. And it's disgusting, dude. It shouldn't have taken that long. Look back at the release of Storm 4. Just think about that moment. Those of you that got Storm 4 day one, think about what was missing. Player lobbies right at the start, and it was an entire uproar. Content creators haggling CC2 to fix that problem. And you're telling me that CyberConnect 2 forgot about that and they did not make that a priority when they was working on this game? Dude, that just goes to show how fucking disconnected they are with their community, dude. Like, no fucking cap. Like, dude, this game is called what? Naruto Storm Connections, yet we still having disconnections when it comes to understanding the people that you're developing this game for? That's outstanding, isn't it? Just fucking outstanding, right? I mean, like, that really pissed me off. I'm like, dude, you're telling me this was an afterthought? Furthermore, my boy Drip, I mean, I played him quite a few times before this new patch, and when we played, the connection was always 100% solid. No skipping, no pauses, none of that. But playing him after the drop of the new patch, bro, every so often, as we're playing, you know, the game would literally get that stupid ass connecting message in between matches, and I'm like, bro, yeah, it's official. This patch is straight ass, you know, real talk. And even when they fix things, it's like 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, because they'll fix one thing and something else breaks. I'm not an expert when it comes to, developing a game, but I feel like when you constantly are using the same formula and the same skeleton, every time you try to add something new, eventually something else is not going to agree with it. So when you're trying to include new mechanics to an old structure, I feel like it's bound to happen. These errors are bound to happen. So I feel like what you got to do if you're trying to evolve, you need to build a system from the ground up. That way, there isn't all of these inconsistencies. Because, I mean, here's a good example right here. Controls getting swapped before a match? Hello? Dude, my last live stream wasn't too long ago. I think it was like, last weekend? And I was playing a couple matches with Sarasa 6, so I joined his lobbies, right? And the connection was so fucking abysmal, and I mean, matches were dropping left and right, meaning getting kicked from matches. And you know, that's not good, because during the discussions that I had with people on the live stream, they were telling me that people would get kicked and that would count as a disconnect. So that's pretty fucked up. So imagine playing a match and then you just get kicked and that's counted as a rage quit. That's freaking messed up. So it's like you never know when it's going to happen. Just like you never know when you're going to jump into a rank match and your controls get fucked up. And then, you know, you're just giving somebody an easy W. I mean, like, someone in my live stream actually said the patch is amazing. No, it is not, dude. When you got game-breaking issues like that, it's fucking terrible. Especially when you have a game that's supposed to be competitive, right? But how can it be competitive if you have issues like that? Especially if their network system is flawed, meaning you can have an extremely laggy match, extreme inconsistencies. I mean, dude, that's not the way to go. When I look back at other fighting games, their netcode is absolutely amazing. In my honest opinion, that is the first thing that needs to be fixed. So when I looked at the patch notes and I saw the shit that I saw, and I overheard someone say that Bandai Namco listened because Ino got poison on her jutsu, dude, that sounds more like CyberConnect 2 pleased a specific person. Because if they really wanted to make a game better, they would focus on the things that matter first. And I feel the things that matter first is a better connection. Like better network connection, better lobbies. You can actually have an 8-player lobby that does not crash. It's so bad when you have a multiplayer lobby that can hold 8 people, but you can barely hold 4. Sometimes you can't even hold 4 people in the lobby. I mean, it's fucking disgusting. Let's move on to my next take. Content creators are not trustworthy. And I'm saying this based on experience. I'm not going to throw any names out there, but I've had a lot of shitty experiences with some, like big time Naruto content creators back in the day. I mean, constantly getting stabbed in the back or somebody doing me wrong in some kind of way, where I had a super huge content creator rob me of my milestone that I know I earned on my own. I did not ask for a shout out. And then some random dude just tells a bunch of people, hey, check this dude out, subscribe to this channel, da 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 da. And like, that just robbed me of my milestone that I wanted to talk about, because I was only a few subs away. I would have got that. I would have got that 1,000 sub milestone on my own. I didn't ask for that. Because here's the thing. There wasn't even a collab to make that more, legit. And it's not like I begged this guy for a collab, because I did not. But I mean, if you really wanted to make it seem more genuine, you would offer a collab or bring a collab up to hype the whole thing up. So that was bullshit to me. And when somebody does something like that, it makes me feel like I'm put on the spot. Like, I have to shout this dude out publicly and thank him, and oh yeah, this person's the GOAT, check him out. Like, I am the one that's supposed to, I owe them. You know what I mean? Like, I owe them. So I wasn't a fan of that. If you don't appease a certain content creator, then that content creator is going to do all they can to hinder you. And that's another problem in and of itself. It's so nasty, dude. The fact that not all content creators do this, by the way, but you can't disagree with them. You have to appease them. And if you don't appease them, then they're going to sick their cronies on you, like send their, rabid fans your way to fuck with you constantly. I mean, it's just fucking terrible, dude. And it's a mess. And it makes you not want to engage with a community that really embraces toxicity. And I already know the argument that people would like to make when it comes to talking about this touchy subject. Oh yeah, you gotta have thick skin to make content. You gotta just suck it up and deal with it, because this is the internet. You don't have a right to an opinion. Da, 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 da. I get all of that. I know all of that. But you know what? Here's the thing, dude. Everyone has a different set of standards, and I feel as though my standards just don't match with the community, and that is something that I realized. I mean, I don't value the things that this community values. They value winning above all else. And this has nothing to do with me, getting mad about losing, because this is a fucking video game, dude. I mean, why the fuck would I be super mad about losing all the damn time? I mean, I can openly say, yeah, I may have like a 50% or 50-60% ratio, maybe even fucking 40%. I ain't paying attention to the percentage, but that's besides the point. I mean, it has nothing to do with winning or losing, because it's crazy. I could title a video a certain way, and then somebody just reads the fucking title and just be like, they just drop a deranged comment like, oh, you just have a skill issue. It sounds like a skill issue to me. I mean, you must be taking nothing but L's. That's not the point. You know what I mean? It's shit like that where it's like, yo, their standards just don't match mine, dude. I mean, I wanted to just create fun content, and if there's something I don't like, I'm just going to talk about it because it's on my mind and it is a concern. Simple as that. I mean, if you don't speak out and talk about, like game mechanics that you don't appreciate that much, then how the hell is the game going to improve? You know what I mean? You want the game to be better. And for people to be that freaking deranged is beyond me. Like, dude, they want you to play the way they play. They want you to agree with their beliefs. So if you don't agree, they're just going to be disrespectful without any kind of solid reason. A lot of the reasons that they share is totally unhinged and dumb as fuck. They don't even think their comments through, bro. Here's another gripe I have with the community. The thing about this community is when they're a fan of, certain content creators, they tend to become yes men. They don't have a mind of their own, and they just go along with whatever the content creator says without any kind of questioning. They don't look back at what they're saying and, create their own opinion. They just say, yes, let's go. And anyone else that doesn't agree with that shit, they are a dumbass. And I'm like, nah, couldn't be me. Because, I mean, I could be a fan of a particular content creator and still disagree with their fucking takes. I mean, because I have a mind of my own. So that is another annoying thing about them, right? And, dude, like, they're obsessed. It's like, I'm not saying all of them are, but a fair amount of them are. Not all of them, but a fair amount of them are. They are unhinged. I mean, there have been people that would send me stupid ass messages talking about I am a god. Like, excuse me? Like, you are a god. You could even look at the damn name, and there are so many Storm players where I see the word God in their name, like they want to get struck down by Jesus, dude. I kid you not. When I look, I'm like, oh, he's one of those. He got the word God in there, and there's one too many of them that actually have the word God in there. It's just fucking weird. It's just ridiculous. I remember there was a guy that told me that Naruto Storm is a legit fighting game because he is a god at Naruto Storm. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like, the hell? What kind of logic is that? I really hated when I heard this. This was one of the most diabolical things the community has done. Dude. You're telling me that content creators that are not at the top of the food chain has to get permission from the community to run tournaments the way they want to run them. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If you're creating content on your channel, you can do whatever the fudge you want. That has nothing to do with anyone else, and you don't need anyone else's permission to create a tournament of your liking. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. I honestly have to tell you, that tidbit was kind of like one of those major straws that almost broke my back. But to be honest, the patch just... that shitty patch that they just released is definitely the thing that broke my back. It snapped my spine in two finally. I mean, like, dude, it's freaking insane. If I'm going to do content, I would rather do content on something that fits my standards. Something where I enjoy it. You know, I don't care if I don't get the most amazing views. I more so care about doing content that I like to do. What is good? There's nothing good about making content that you are questioning, content that you don't feel comfortable doing, or you just don't want to deal with that shit anymore. Because if I was to do anything when it comes to Storm content, I would more than likely do live streams with like-minded people, like anyone that just wants to take a break from all the meta and take a break from all the toxic people and just enjoy playing the game and chill and have a good time. Not all of this toxic shit that I've seen for the past year. I mean, like, nah. I'd rather not deal with that shit anymore. So that's one of the reasons why I'm technically done making a bunch of Naruto Storm Connections content. Maybe once every blue moon I may do a Storm video, but I sincerely doubt that I'm going to go in hard like I was when the game first came out. I'm not guaranteeing that. I would say the only thing that I would find myself doing more of would be doing live streams with people that actually gives a shit about my take on things. I mean, and I'm not saying that I have issues with people that disagree. If you can respectfully disagree, okay. But if you're going to go crazy and have a mental breakdown over it and start talking random nonsense and gibberish, then take your ass somewhere else. As simple as that. So, I apologize to those of you that came here to enjoy Naruto Storm content. I'm sincerely sorry, but I just don't desire making a bunch of Storm videos anymore. I just don't enjoy it like I used to. I mean, to be honest, the only time I enjoyed making Storm content was back in the Storm 3 and Revolution days. Those were my funnest times, to tell the truth. So, I'm practically done. And would I do something like maybe do content on the new Bleach game that's coming out, or content on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? I probably would, especially if they have a better netcode for those games. If they have an even better, like an amazing netcode, then most definitely. So we'll see what happens in the future. If I'm to do anything on this channel, it'll more than likely be just chill live streams and I guess like playing Final Fantasy 14. So, hey, if you're still down for that, hey, I look forward to seeing you in the next video or live stream. Peace and God bless, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and those of you that watch this video in its entirety, I appreciate it. And if you enjoyed what you see and you like to just chill with a chill dude such as myself, then hey, hit that subscription button, and then I'll see you next time. Peace and God bless.